Hello, and welcome to the first episode of my podcast. My name is Brevin Anderson. I'm your host, and a little bit about me is that this is going to be about Reds baseball. It's more of like a sports podcast. So, a little backstory. This is for my mass communications class for my community college, Ivy Tech, that I'm going to. It's for a final project, so this is what I chose to do as my final project. And a little background information about me is I've been a baseball fan my entire life. I have been playing baseball ever since I've been able to pick up the bat and run the bases. So around 3 years old, I am a huge Reds fan. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, because it looks like we're on the come up right now. But um, I'm a huge Reds fan. Always been a Reds fan my entire life. Some of my fondest memories is from like communications and mass communications is that when I played travel ball, we would travel pretty far, 2 to 3 hours every time. And when we were driving back from the game, Reds games would be on around like 4 or 7, like the later games. And my dad would always turn them on the radio on 700 a.m. and we would listen to the Reds on the radio. And that's probably one of my favorite memories of all time because I remember listening to Marty Brenneman, Tom Brenneman, the Cowboy, and now they got Cowboy still there. Tommy Thrall is now there. I enjoy listening to both of them. And then on the TV broadcasts, they have Barry Larkin and John Sadak and Jim Day. Sometimes Cowboy will go on there. They alternate him and Barry sometimes. But yeah, some of my fondest memories is mass communications from radio. I enjoy radio. That's what I want my occupation to be is either radio or TV. I want to commentate games. I want to commentate baseball, basketball, football, any of the major sports I want to commentate. So this is good practice right here. I've always wanted to start a podcast, and I'm really excited to start this. And this is episode one. This episode is going to focus mainly on the Red Spring training, some of their stats, how they're looking, what the future is looking like, and some of my predictions for this year for the Reds. So let's get into it. The Reds are now 5-4 in spring training. It's not bad. It's pretty. It's okay. It's spring training, so I'm not too caught up or worried about it. So um, but we've looked good from time to time. There have been certain players that have definitely. There we go. Gotta get the camera right. Uh, that have definitely excelled and improved. One of which is probably my favorite player outside of Ellie De La Cruz is Mr. Matt McLean. Matt McLean, he has been electric this spring training. If you would have told me that he would be leading the team in almost every offensive stat for spring training, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. Mr. Matt McLean, he is leading the team in batting average with 571, with home runs with 3, with hits 9, no hits, sorry, hits 8, RBIs 9, OBP on base percentage 647, and yeah, like he's hitting the crap out of the ball. It's insane. It's awesome. Like I'm the biggest Matt McLean believer. I've always been a believer in Matt McLean. I really enjoyed his rookie season for us in 2023. He was probably our most consistent hitter. He was producing on offense. He was batting around the 280 to 300 range for us, and his defense is stupendous. It's spectacular, and his speed. He's a speedster. He's short. I mean, he's only 5'9", 5'10", but he's fast, man. He can run around those bases. He's close to Ellie De La Cruz speed, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, that might be me being a little delusional, but he's a speedster, man. And it's absolutely fascinating to see this improvement because of he did so good his rookie year. And then he had that shoulder injury that took him out for the entire 2024 season, which was awful. And then in 2025 he came back and he wasn't producing on offense like he used to in his rookie year. He was only batting 200 to 220 the entire year, which is super unfortunate because I'm the biggest advocate for Matt McLean. I think he's great. I think he's a great ball player. I think he can be a really good player in this league and a really good player for the Reds. But last year was just a big struggle year. But it seems that he might have found his rhythm and might have found that change. And to me, I always thought it was maybe like a technical thing or something with his shoulder that he was scared of re-injuring his shoulder again. But I was listening to the Reds broadcast the other day, their television broadcast against the Cubs, and it was interesting to hear the Cowboy and John Zadok talk, and they were talking about the changes that Matt McLain has made. And Cowboy said that he hadn't really made any technical changes in his swing, in his step, or anything like that. The one thing he did, though, the one thing he changed, it's small, very minor. He changed the length of his bat. He was batting with a bat of 33.25 inches. So, yeah. And then he switched to a bat of 33.5 inches. Now, that might not seem like a lot, like a quarter of an inch. Like, are you kidding me? That's not even close. But in baseball, that's huge. That's a huge difference. And clearly it's working because he hit 2 home runs yesterday against the Cubs in a 17-9 victory, high scoring game. Yeah, he hit 2 home runs. I think he also had a double that game. I think he went like 3 for 4 or 4 for 5, something like that, some crazy absurd stat like that. He has been he's been hitting pretty consistent in spring training, which is huge for the Reds because we want him to bat second in our lineup right before Mr. De La Cruz. And this would be a major impact for us if he can just continue this streak. I mean, obviously, he's not going to bat 571 when it comes to opening like into the season. That's just not going to happen. But if he can bat anywhere between the 270 to 300 range for us and get on base consistently, this is a whole new ball game, folks. Like you have no idea. That puts more runners on for Ellie De La Cruz. This gives opportunities for Ellie to move him over to produce more RBIs. Voice crack. And Matt McLean, he's a speedster, so if he gets on first, I expect Matt McLean to be able to steal the very next pitch or sometime in the at bat for Ellie, so he can go to second, and boom, we already got a runner in scoring position, and we got the best part of our lineup coming up with Ellie De La Cruz and Eugenio Suarez right behind him. Like, that's massive. That's huge. So yeah, Matt McLean, like, absolutely absurd. Another guy, Sal Stewart. I love Sal Stewart, man. Here's one of my predictions right here. Sal Stewart is going to be the National League. No, I was about to say MVP. That would have been crazy. He's going to be the National League Rookie of the Year. I'm counting on it. I would bet my entire savings, my entire house. I would bet that not Matt McLean. I would bet my entire house that Sal Stewart's going to win Rookie of the Year. Why? The dedication he has to his craft is absolutely absurd. This man, listen to this. He lost 26 pounds in the offseason. Do you know how crazy that is? 26 pounds, and he still has that power. He still has that muscle. That is insane. Insane. Like, I can't even I can't even stress how difficult that is to lose 26 pounds. I mean, obviously for me that's kind of hard because I've always been on the skinny side. Like I've never been bigger, but he was I think maybe up there in the 230, 240s, and now he's 210, 215, and he's still got that power. He just hit a home run for us yesterday against the Cubs. He hit it over the batter's eye. Over the batter's eye, ladies and gentlemen. To put that in perspective, dead center is 410 feet, and he cleared the batter's eye that is about 30 feet tall, 40 feet tall. That is some insane power. And he's stealing bases. He's got two stolen bases in spring training. That's crazy. South Stewart, he's stealing, he's running. He's fast. I mean, he was pretty solid speed before he lost all this weight, but now that he lost all this weight, the speed that he has now is absolutely crazy. He's looking like Matt McLean out there. It's awesome. It's another huge piece for the Reds, another young guy stepping up. And I really enjoy his attitude and the way he goes about the game. And one key piece for me that realized that Sal is different from the rest of these guys is that when we got swept by the Dodgers last year in the playoffs, he made a little mistake. It was like we were already losing by 4 or 5 runs, so it was not the worst. It was already the end of the game. No big deal. But he made a little mistake. He made an error. And after the game, he blamed himself. That's It's crazy. A young guy, a rookie, taking accountability for the team, even though like it was a bunch of other things that led to that, and he's taking accountability, and he's saying that he's got to be better and that he's going to work hard this offseason to make sure that never happens again and make sure we're back in that same spot in the playoffs. That's awesome. That's what you want to see out of your players. As fans, that's huge. He's humble, he's respectful, and he has that will to win. He has that drive to win, clearly. And talking about him losing 26 pounds, our entire team seems to hit the weight room this offseason. I mean, Ellie De La Cruz has gone up in weight. He's up to 11 to 15 pounds of muscle now. Matt McLean, he's up 7 to 8 pounds of muscle now. Even our third base coach said he lost like 25 pounds in an interview the other day. Like, this team is locked in. This team has never been so locked in, and our depth is absurd. We might have the deepest team in Major League Baseball. Might. Keyword might. I know that's delusional, and it's because I'm a Reds fan, but we have so many guys that can play different spots. And then we have guys like Spencer Steer, utility guy. You tell him to play anywhere and he'll play it. He won't backtalk you. He won't complain about it. He looks forward to that. He wants that challenge. He's like, coach will be like, "Oh, you're playing third base." He'll be like, "All right." Or coach will be like, "You're playing right field today." He'll be like, "Cool. I'm down for that." Just he's a unicorn. He can just be all over the field, man. It doesn't matter where you put him besides pitcher and catcher, obviously, but he plays everywhere and it's huge. Those are the type of guys you want on your team. Oh, let's get into some of the stats now for your Cincinnati Reds this spring training. So we already got Matt McLean again, batting 571. He's had three doubles. No, sorry, that was his position. He's plays second base. He's had 3 home runs. He's had 9 RBIs. And his OBP on base percentage 647 and hits 8. Huge, absolutely brilliant. Noel V Marte. He's been struggling a little bit. He's only batting 235 with an OBP of 278 and a slugging of 529. Now, Noel Marte is an interesting case because he's got the power. He can hit that ball out, but he is just such a hot and cold guy. And the way I say that means that he goes on these really hot stretches for 4 to 5 games where he is just lights out. He is insane. He's locked in. He's putting the bat to the ball. It's exactly what you want. Then when he's cold, he's cold. He goes 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 0 for 3, 0 for 4. Strikeout, strikeout, strike. I expect him to be, I don't know. If I was Terry Francona, I would give him kind of a shorter leash just because you never know what he's going to do on a given night. He's not consistent at all. Moving on. Mr. De La Cruz, everyone's favorite player and everyone's favorite strikeout merchant. He's not a strikeout merchant, guys. He has 15 plate appearances in 5 games with 6 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 5 RBIs. Now let me repeat that. 6 hits. 4 of them have been doubles, 1 of them has been a triple, and 1 of them has been a home run. I cannot stress this enough. That is absurd. This man, every single hit he's had has been an extra base hit. Every single base hit has either been a double, a triple, or a home run. Do you know how insane that is? That is insane. It like I don't even have the words for it. Like seriously, I don't. I don't. Everyone else on the team at least has a single. Mr. De La Cruz has extra base hits. That's all he has. And it's awesome. He has 5 RBIs to go along with it. He's only had 3. He's had 3 strikeouts. That's okay. We expect that. He's batting 400, OBP of 400, and slugging 1,000. That's huge. It's exactly what you want to see out of your franchise guy. And he is. I know the strikeouts come with him. I know he's a big strikeout guy, but I think this year's going to change that, and I think the incorporation of the ABS system is going to change that for him. Now, what's the ABS system? If you don't know, if you don't follow baseball, okay, so there's balls and strikes, right? Umpire calls balls and strikes. Well, this new ABS system allows it for players to challenge these balls and strike calls. So, at the start of the game, one team will have 2 challenges, the other team will have 2 challenges. So same, each team has 2 challenges. And they are allowed to challenge balls and strikes if they don't think it's a ball or if they don't think it's a strike. And the way they do that is they just tap their head, tap their helmet. They're just like, no, I disagree. Let's look at it. And then it literally takes 5 seconds, and on the screen you can see if it's a ball or strike. Now the unfortunate thing about this is even if the ball touches a sliver, just the tiniest bit of the strike zone, it's a strike. It doesn't matter. Even if just like a centimeter of that ball hits that corner, it's a strike. But I see this as huge for the not only Ellie De La Cruz but the Reds in general, because the Reds were the Reds had the most incorrect strike three calls out of any team in the season of 2025, and Ellie De La Cruz had the most strike three calls called incorrectly out of any player in 2025, and right behind him was Matt McClain. And I believe they have good eyes. I believe they know the strike zone. I believe they know where balls and strikes are. I mean, you're in the major leagues, you should, but I think this is going to be beneficial to both of them, especially LA De La Cruz, because if he can challenge those and he can win those most of the time, that gives him another extra pitch, maybe two, to do some damage. And hopefully that will lower the strikeout rate because a lot of his strikeouts aren't really swinging. There are a lot of looking strikeouts, and that's just not what you want to have out of your franchise guy. So again, I really do think this incorporation of the ABS system is going to change for him. It's going to be a huge part of his game, and I think he'll use that to his benefit. Moving on, TJ Friedel. TJ Friedel has had 14 plate appearances from 5 games. He's had 4 hits, 3 RBIs as well. Only 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Batting .286 with an OBP of .353, slugging .286. That doesn't matter. Slugging to me for leadoff doesn't really matter. What matters for leadoffs is that you just want to see him get on base. Quoting from Moneyball, he gets on base. That's what we want to see out of TJ Friedel. We want to see TJ Friedel get on base as much as possible as a leadoff hitter. And TJ Friedel, he's a good leadoff hitter. I must say, he's definitely above average in MLB. He's one of the better leadoff hitters. And he can bunt. Like, bunting is such a lost art in today's game, which is sad. I I loved bunting in high school. I was the designated squeeze bunt guy when my buddy uh, leadoff hitter, he would he was on OBP merchant. Like he would get on base quite a bit. And every time he got to third base and I was up to bat, I didn't even have to get the sign. I already knew it was coming to be a squeeze play. I, I think I've got like 15 to 20 RBIs just because of squeeze bunting, which is pretty crazy. But bunting is such a lost art, and I hate that. But TJ Friedel, he's probably one of the best, if not the best bunter in Major League for bunt for hits. It's crazy. He can get them down the line. He can get them in between fielders. Like he just knows exactly where to place them, and he's got speed. He's not like the fastest guy on earth, but he's got speed. He can beat the ball out, which is huge. I'd like to see him bunt for hit a little bit more this year. But again, for a leadoff guy, I just like to see TJ Friedel get on base more. That's what we need for him, because then that just helps when we get to the deeper part of our lineup with Elio Cruz and then the cleanup of Eugenio Suarez. And speaking of Suarez, he's appeared in 5 games. He's had 13 plate appearances with only 2 hits. He's had a home run and an RBI, and he has had 5 strikeouts. But again, we knew this was going to happen. We knew this risk with Mr. Suarez because he is definitely a strikeout-prone hitter, but he hits home runs. Last year, he hit 49 home runs, I believe, 48. And that's what we want. And now he's in Great American Ballpark. He's been in this ballpark before. He's played for the Reds before. He knows what it's like. He knows what to bring. And Great American Ballpark's a hitter-friendly ballpark, man. It is. It just is. Left field is short. Players can turn on the ball easily. Right field is also pretty short, especially for Ellie De La Cruz when he wants to switch it, bat lefty. But Eugenio Suarez, the strikeouts will come. We know this. The Reds knew this when they picked him up and signed him. But that was probably the best free agent move the Reds have had in recent history. We we actually went out and spent money. The Reds spent money. Can you believe it? It's a miracle. It's a miracle. I cannot believe the Reds went out and spent money. But again, huge signing, home run hitter. That's exactly what we needed in this lineup. We needed a power guy because I think we were like bottom 5 teams of home runs hit. I think the most we had from a single player was 24, 25 from Ellie De La Cruz. And there was a time where Ellie De La Cruz didn't hit a home run for an entire month and a half. a month and a half, somewhere around there. And we can't have that out of your franchise guy. And Daniel Suarez, he can hit a home run any given night. It just depends. But again, we know the strikeouts will come, and that's okay. It's worth the risk. Other guys, JJ Bleday. Now here's a guy. There's Collinsworth. Now here's a guy. Um, he's looked stellar. Let's see, 12 at bats, 5 hits. He's got a home run. He's got a double. He's got 4 RBIs. He has 1 strikeout, 2 walks. He's batting 417, 500 OBP, and 750 slugging. Now I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't really know who he was coming in this season, but seeing him hit, seeing him play like this, is huge. It's huge. I can see him making the roster, you know? I can see him making the 26-man roster. If he keeps playing like this, there's definitely a good chance. I mean, we are pretty heavy on depth. Like we have a really good roster. We have good depth, but I can see a spot for him. If he keeps playing like this, I can definitely see a spot. Nathaniel Lowe, another great pickup by the Reds in free agency, a power first baseman, and it's huge because his primary position is first base, and we don't really have a primary first baseman. I mean, we have Sal Stewart, but that's like his secondary third position. Like we kind of were just like, yeah, if you want to play for us, you got to play first base. And then Spencer Steer, I mean, he was solid last year, but that's not his main position. He plays everywhere, but it's nice to have that primary first baseman that has a feel for the spot and just knows how to play it the right way. And again, another good power hitter. I mean, he's only had 2 hits, but he's had a home run. He has an RBI. Excuse me. He has 2 strikeouts. I mean, he's batting 182, 305, 308 OBP, and 455 slugging. But that's just another home run hitter we have in one of the most hitter friendly ballparks in America. And that's what we need. We just need home run hitters. And then I just think that was a great pickup by the Reds. Again, shocked we spent even more money. But hey, I'm not complaining. Yes, Reese Hines. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Reese Hines lately. I'm a big advocate for him. He had when he first got called up, he had that crazy stretch of hitting like 3 or 4 home runs in 2 or 3 games, batting like 575. But he cooled off right after, and we haven't really seen much of him since. But he's still young. He's still developing. He's played in 8 of our 9 games. He's had 10 at bats, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 double. He's had a triple. He has a home run as well. RBI, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, but that's fine. He's batting 500. His OBP is 583, slugging 1,100. That's huge. Another young guy that I could see be getting called up during the season, you know? It just depends. It just depends on what sort of leash that Terry Francona has on our outfield. And I just I I'm huge on him. I believe he's a good ball player and I believe he can contribute to our team's success. It's just consistency. Consistency is a big struggle for the Reds right now. We need more guys who are consistent in hitting, and I believe we have found that with Sal. I think we've starting to see that with Matt McClain again. TJ Friedel's always been pretty consistent. Ellie, I would like to see be more consistent and higher in the batting average. I would like to see Ellie be in the 290 to 300 range for batting average, and I think he can do that. Uh, Key Brian Hayes, veteran, Gold Glove. He the best defensive third baseman in all of baseball. Argue with a wall. I do not care. He is insane. He made some absolute electric game-saving plays with his glove for the Reds last year. The one specific one I remember was the Cubs, and it was a slow roller, made a bare hand sidearm across the field, and they called him safe at first. They called the Cubs player safe. I think it was Swanson, and the Reds challenged it, and they went back and he got him by like half an inch, and I just went crazy because that was such a crazy play to make. Key Brian Hayes, defensive menace. He's had 10 plate appearances. He has 3 hits. He has a double, which is great to see. He's 3 RBIs, only 2 strikeouts. He's batting 300, 364 OBP, and 400 slugging. I mean, I know he's not the best offensive contributor in the world, but hey, if we can get Key Brian Hayes to bat 260, 270 at third base, that's huge. I'll take that any day. I will take that any day of the week. His glove makes up for it though. And we know the Reds organization, they love their defense. They love defense more than they love their offense, which is pretty unfortunate, but I think we can see him improve on the offensive side of things. Um, let's see here. Anybody else really making an impact? Tyler Callahan, I would like to see him do a little bit more. I know he got injured last year. I think he broke his arm. I was at that game. He ran into the wall. It was, hey, seeing that live was crazy. But he's only batting 222. I would like to see a little bit more out of him in terms of hits. I mean, he has a home run, which is great. That means he has power, but I'd like to see more consistent hitting. And then Jose Trevino and Tyler Stevenson, those are both our catchers. Uh, Jose Trevino's played in 4 games. Stevenson's played in 3. That's expected. They're going to alternate half and half. Don't want to ruin their knees too much. Jose Trevino's been hitting pretty well. He's batting 375, 444 OBP with a 375 slugging. Tyler Stevenson's been struggling at the plate this spring training, 143, 333 OBP, and 143 slugging, but it's okay. It's spring training. We're just getting him warmed up. I'm not really too worried about either of those guys. Um, let's see here. And then lastly, Cam Collier. I was hoping he would make more of an impact for the Reds this spring training, you know? He's one of our top prospects. I was expecting a little more out of him, but he only had 1 hit and 7 at bats. I mean, granted, only 7 at bats, but I was expecting a little bit more out of him. Not gonna lie. Struck out twice, 143 across the board in average OBP and slugging. I'm high on him. I think he can be a great future player for the Reds, a great future prospect for us. We just need to see him develop even more in the minor leagues. He's already got sent down back to minor league camp for the Reds. He's no longer going to be in spring training, but that's all right. We just want to see him develop. Now on to our bullpen, our pitching staff. I believe that the Cincinnati Reds probably have the best starting rotation in all of baseball, besides maybe the Dodgers, but the Dodgers spent 500 million more on their bullpen, so I would say ours is better because we're cheaper. But we have an ace in Hunter Green. We have an ace in Andrew Abbott. Both of those guys, all stars. You can give them the ball on any given night, and you can expect them to go 7 or 8. I mean, if they feel like it. I know pitching is way different now. Not a lot of pitchers go past the 6th or 7th inning. Haha, 6, 7, whatever. Um, but yeah, any given night, those guys can win you the ball game. The low ERA guys, both of them had ERAs below 3 or 4 last year, which is really good. Andrew Abbott was a first-time All-Star last year. He deserved it. He was definitely our ace last year because Hunter Green was injured for some time of the year. It was very unfortunate, but hey, Andrew Abbott held it down for us, which is all you need. And then we got Nick Lodolo and Brady Singer, both guys, definitely way above average. Like they could be number 2, they could be number 3, number 2, maybe even number 1 on some teams in Major League Baseball, and there are 3 or 4 guys, which is absolutely perfect. We love our pitching staff over here in Cincinnati. Um, and then right now we have a battle for the 5 spot for our pitching staff for our starting rotation. It's in between Rhett Lauder and Chase Burns. I would like to see it go. I'm a little biased. I would like to see it go to Chase Burns. I just love Chase Burns. I love the energy he brings. He's a high energy guy. A lot of adrenaline. I know a lot of people probably have seen that video of him at Wake Forest in Tennessee, just absolutely going ballistic when he strikes guys out, and it's awesome. I love that type of energy. But I would also like to see Chase Burns just because Rhett Lauder didn't pitch in the majors last year because of injury or some sort of thing. And Chase Burns has already gotten some of that experience. But right now, it looks like Lauder is leading that conversation, though, with 7 strikeouts. He had a really good debut, spring training debut, and then he had another great game just a couple days ago. He looks solid out there, man. Just looks solid. Chase Burns, he struggled a little bit in his first game in spring training, but that's okay. A little bit expected, getting the jitters out. It's fine. It was his first game. We're not really too worried. And then his next game looked pretty comfortable and solid after that, so not too worried. Right now, I believe it's a coin flip between the two. I feel like Terry Francona can just flip a coin and boom, that's the 5 spot. And then the other just goes into the bullpen, and that's fine. Like, that just enhances our bullpen. I mean, our relievers aren't bad, but I think they can definitely have some help. And if Louder or Chase Burns isn't in the bullpen, I think that's absolutely electric for us. Um, in our bullpen, we got Luis May, we've got Graham Ashcraft. Ashcraft, I don't know, he worries me sometimes. He worries me when he goes in. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's always a home run that he gives up. He always gives up at least one. I swear. Always a little scared when he goes. Sam Mole, he scares me a little bit too. Brandon Williamson, he's been pitching lights out this spring. He's developing really well. It's nice to see him get some innings and just kill it. And then of course we got Emilio Pagan and Tony Santillan. Huge, absolutely huge that we brought Pagan back. He was an absolute electric closer last year, probably one of the best closers in all of Major League Baseball. And then Tony Santillan, again, another great reliever for us last year. He won us some big games, kept us in some big games. So those two were definitely some of the reasons that we even made it to the playoffs last year. I seriously think that we have one of the best pitching staffs in all of Major League Baseball. I I don't think any teams can really compete with us in that aspect, and now we just need our offense to compete behind them, and I think we're starting to see that in spring training. And then looking at the Reds' schedule coming up for spring training here. Let's see, they're 5-4 right now. Not bad. It's spring training, so not really too worried about it. But we got the Dodgers on Thursday, and then we got San Francisco Giants, then the Kansas City Royals, then the Arizona Diamondbacks, San Diego Padres, Oakland Athletics after them, Colorado Rockies, then versus Milwaukee Brewers, then against the San Francisco Giants again, against the Texas Rangers, then Seattle Mariners, Arizona Diamondbacks again, Cleveland Guardians, Colorado Rockies again, Los Angeles Angels, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox after that, Cleveland Guardians again, and then back-to-back Brewers from on March 23rd and March 24th. And then we get into opening day on March 26th or 27th. It's one of those two. I can't remember which one, but opening day's right around the corner, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for baseball to be back. I love this time of year. Um, I seriously think this is the best time of year. The temperature's changing. Temperatures start getting warmer, Baseball's back. Birds are out there chirping. Grass is getting greener. The trees are getting greener. The leaves are coming back. It's just a different energy this time of year. And I seriously think that baseball has something to do with it. It's America's pastime. I think it's the best sport. It's my favorite sport. I know I'm biased. It's because I've played it, and it's just I'm so invested and interested in it all the time. But I truly believe this is America's sport, and I truly believe this is the best sport to be played. I'm looking forward to it. If I had any prediction for the Reds this year, I think this is our year to win the National League Central pennant. I truly believe that. I believe that we have the talent, we have the offense, we have the defense, we have the pitching staff, we have the coaching. I truly believe that these next 1, 2, 3 years, hopefully, fingers crossed, I think it's our time. I really do. It might be my delusion as a fan, but I seriously think it's our time. Just like Terry Francona said on broadcast yesterday, he believes it's our time as well, and I think the players believe it's our time as well. And it's so encouraging as a fan to see that even the team thinks that it's time. Like it's go time. It's time to win. I know we're probably in like one of the toughest I think we're in like one of the toughest. Sorry, I didn't know if I muted my mic. Um, I think we're in one of the toughest divisions in baseball right now in the NL Central. I mean, we have to worry about the Cubs. They made the playoffs last year. We have to worry about the Brewers. They had the best record and were in the playoffs last year. We even have to worry about the Pirates. I mean, hey, Pirates are a sleeper team, man. They really are. I think they can do some damage this year. They got Paul Skeens, obviously, best pitcher in Major League Baseball. They got Bubba Chandler. Bubba Chandler has been getting trained by Paul Skeens, so that's probably scary. That's a 1-2 punch right there. And then they got a bunch of young guys. I mean, I still worry for their offense. I'm not really too worried about their offense. Um, Brewers, I'm always worried about the Brewers. They're always a good team. Uh, I always give them props because they're a small market team and they always work with what they have, and it's really impressive. The Cubs are the Cubs. They're on the come up right now, but I think that Cincinnati Reds can win the pennant this year. I think we have a real shot. last year. I wasn't really that confident. There was times where I didn't even think we'd make the playoffs last year, and I'm sure every fan felt that way just because of what we went through last year. But hey, it's looking pretty good right now in spring training. I don't really worry about the Cardinals. I mean, yes, they're a young team. They're coming up, but they still got way too much time to develop. They're the dirty birds. They're not going to do anything, I don't think. But hey, they might prove me wrong. Who knows? Well, yeah, that was the first episode of this podcast. And I've always wanted to start a podcast, so I'm finally doing it. It also helps that it was part of a school project and I had to do this, but um, yeah, I'm glad I got this done. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to recording even more of this. And I hope that whoever listens or watches this, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Go Reds, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.